What's up, everybody? Welcome to today's video. So today I'm going to be cleaning out some filters and I'll be feeding my fish because it's in the evening. So let's get into that. Oh, also I'm going to be showing you my fry. They're doing great, and I also have fry in this tank now. So there's that. Let's get into the video. So first things first, I have fry. I know this is probably really hard to see them, but they're right back there. You can see the mother attending to them right now. Here is the tank that I'm about to be feeding for y'all. I'll also feed the other tanks just a little bit later. So here's that. So I'm just gonna feed him real quick. So I'm gonna feed him some flakes, and I'll put some pellets for the Pleco. I'll probably put the pellets first because I know they like it, and because why not? So I'm putting all these pellets in. Now you may think that is quite a bit of pellets, and I will agree with you, but I do have 2 Pleco in there that love to eat them. Also my fish eat them, so it'll be fine. Also I kind of wanted to finish this bag. So now that that's done, I'll go ahead and feed my fish some flakes, and we'll get into the main part of the video. So when you see how many flakes there is, you may think that I'm overfeeding the tank, but I really am not. Everybody gets the right amount of food, and I do overfilter this tank by quite a bit, so it's really fine if any of it's extra. As you can see, my fish really love the food. They go crazy for it. So yeah. Alright, now let's get into the main part of the video. What I'm going to be cleaning is going to be a canister filter. I have it right back here. So let me go ahead and get that out. I will just be cleaning this in my room. But generally, whenever it's summer, I will go ahead and take it outside. That way I can clean it a little bit easier and do a little bit less work. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn the filter's power off, remove the filter, and then I will clean it in 5-gallon buckets. So which one is the filter? There we go. So now I've gotten the filter. Yeah, so now that I gotten the filter's power off, I'm going to go ahead and take it out and put some 5-gallon buckets. Let me grab some towels. Alright, so I got a towel. I have this towel because whenever I unhook the filter from the tubing, usually there's a bit of water that comes out of the tubing. That's normal. You can completely expect that because it'll be right here in between these two. So the first thing you're going to do is completely stop the flow by pushing this first lever. And then I put my towel around it like this so I don't get water everywhere. And then the next thing you want to do is to release it, you just push this. And now it's been released. And I can lift away my tubing. And it's as easy as that. And actually, to do a water change, you would just release this valve, not this one, but this one, because that would completely allow the flow of water to go through. But as long as you don't mess with that lever, then you're completely fine, and you don't have to worry about any water coming out. Alright, so when you're cleaning your filter, you're going to want to use either distilled water or tank water. Tank water is a lot better, but distilled water is fine. So let's crack her open and see how much crap we got in here. Literally. That's pretty dirty. Alright, so let's get into it. So the first thing I'm going to want to do is take my bucket here and drain all the water out of this so I'll have easier access to it and be able to clean it easier. So as you can see, the water in that thing was pretty dirty. So there's a ton of different products that Fluval makes for your tanks. I use them. I think that they're the easiest way to go, but you can buy your own carbon and other things like that to use in your tanks. So now let's talk about what's in your filter. So you have biofiltration and mechanical filtration, which is going to be the sponges. And then in the other segment, you have your chemical filtration and mechanical filtration also. That will be in your trays. So I'm going to show you how to clean out the sponges and the bags of activated carbon and ammonia remover and things like that. But I'm going to be replacing because it has been a while since I've replaced them. So yes, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take both stacks out and just set them down. Both my sponge and my other thing. And I'll go ahead and dump the water that's left in there. And that, which is kind of gross. And I'll definitely be cleaning the inside of this thing out. Make sure you clean the inside of your filter out. It's gross in there. So somehow I do have quite a bit of gravel inside of my filter. I guess that's probably going to be common. It's not that hard to remove. So the first thing you're going to do is go ahead and take your sponge out. Pull up your sleeves. And then just squeeze it out in your distilled water. That's going to be chemical-free water. If you don't have any, you can use aquarium water, which is actually better for it because it has all the things that are already in it. So you're going to want to go ahead and just squeeze out your tank. And that's pretty clean. I mean, it's a lot cleaner than the other one. See what? It's a big difference. And you're going to just go ahead and do that with all of them, but I will be replacing them. So I'm just going to throw them away. And you want to do the same thing with the other. And let me remind you, these were originally white, so these are pretty dirty. That would be this. So this is your biofilter and mechanical filter right here. So as I clean this, it's going to be pretty dirty. So the activated carbon is one of the main things in your tank. That will be the first packages that I will be taking out. So you just go ahead and squeeze it, and you're going to want to replace this water after a little bit, after it starts getting dirty. But as you can see, that's a lot cleaner. These I do suggest you replace after a little while, a lot sooner than most of the other things. So that's how that is, and you're definitely going to want to clean this too. I'm going to just be getting it wet and then using a rag, because I am in my room. I'm not outside because it's cold out there. Either way works fine, as long as you're just getting all that dirt off of there. So yeah, I'm just gonna wash it right up and go ahead and move on to the next thing. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is going to be my activated carbon, and that comes in these bags, but you can also just buy large packages. Wait, this is not. No, this is not my activated carbon. This is actually going to be one of my chemical filtrations that's not activated carbon. These are like nitrate removers and Clear Max, which is like it just clears your tank. I believe this is a biofiltration. So you can just go ahead and do that. It'll get everything out of there, makes it nice and clean. But you don't have to. You can also just get new, which I will be replacing these, so I'm not going to clean this next one. And then remember the order. So you're going to have. Really remember the order that you had for your original setup, because that's really the order that you should have it in. So the next is going to be the activated carbon. You can just wash it out. I actually would recommend you also change the activated carbon, because this will get dirty and it will need changed because it will no longer affect it as much, seeing that it was activated. But you can just go ahead and wash it and it'll be fine. See, it's a lot cleaner. So the next layer is going to be some biofiltration. This stuff I'm going to only lightly clean because I wanted to keep all of this because that is very healthy for it. And that's the idea. It retains good bacteria that will help remove ammonia and nitrates. It'll just move along the process. So as you can see, I just shook that out and I only cleaned it slightly. It's not completely clean. And then finally, your first set of sponges inside of this tank. So these are extremely dirty and they will pretty much always get super dirty. So I recommend replacing them. I will be replacing mine. But I'll just clean one real quick to see how easy and how much cleaner you can make it just by simply switching out in a bucket. And even this bucket, which has gotten really dirty, see, it's so much of a difference. And then these sponges, these are also pretty easy to clean. By now I would have switched water, but I'm actually not going to keep these, so it doesn't matter for me. But I would have definitely switched water, but even just that, it cleaned it so much more. So yeah, that's how you're going to go ahead and clean everything. I'm going to be cleaning all of my plastic things now. So let's jump to a time lapse.
I keep a photograph in which we were in love, caught in your eyes, waiting for the sunrise. I barely even knew who you were. What did you do? I didn't care, 'cause you were perfect, I swear. But somebody told me that it's over. Oh no, it's true. You made me.
So now I got everything, as you can see, much cleaner. These are new sponges, new filters, new everything. Everything's a lot cleaner, so now I'm just going to go ahead and chuck everything in here. Oh. This. Then it goes this. And this, finally, and we're just going to slide right in there. And there we go. My fish are going to be very happy with all this new clean filtration. So then I'm just going to pop this on. Make sure to clamp it on there. Make sure you check your seal to make sure it's all sealed tight, and then we'll go ahead and put it right back in. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and put them in there. So what you're going to want to do is just string it up there. Have it ready to plug in, but don't plug it in quite yet. Hook your hoses up to it. It's on there now. And release some water. So as you, whoa. I'll make sure that doesn't happen. Luckily I checked the seal already. So as you can see, the end of the filter is releasing bubbles, and that's all the air from there. So make sure you're not leaking water. Which I have checked, and I'm sure that I'm not leaking water. So just go ahead and wait for that to be done leaking bubbles, and then I will show you the next step. Alright, so it's finally done leaking bubbles, and you do not plug it in yet. The next thing you're going to do is pump it in. And there will be more bubbles. Just about 5 or 10 pumps, and it will gut some stuff out. That's just from the tubing. Don't worry about that. Your filter will just suck it back up. But just keep pumping until there's only a few bubbles left. We want to make sure this thing's full of water and doesn't have bubbles in it, because the bubbles will hurt the filter. So there we go. It seems to be about really out of bubbles. So let's plug her in. So there we go. And as you can see, it will just dispense all those bubbles out. But it's pumping a lot harder than it was before, and the tank is going to get nice and clean. So that's really all I have for you today. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time. Bye, everyone.